Hello everyone and welcome to part 12 of my Kobolds and Catacombs card reviews. Today I've got 6 new cards including 3 Spellstones, so stay tuned for that. I will be doing daily videos because Blizzard is releasing new cards every single day, so if you'd like to stay up to date be sure to hit the subscribe button. And with that being said, let's get started on the cards. Okay, so the first card for today is the Hunter Spellstone. This is called the Emerald Spellstone. It costs 5 mana. And what it does is it summons 2 3/3 wolves, and if you play 1 secret, it upgrades. So for Hunter class already, playing 1 secret is really quite easy. There's a few good Hunter secrets. So if you upgrade it, you summon 3 3/3 wolves, and if you upgrade it again, you summon 4 3/3 wolves. So for 5 mana, getting 4 3/3 wolves, that's 12/12 of stats. That's pretty impressive. And something that I played quite a lot of the Secret Hunter last term because I did get Professor Putricide. I tried to make a deck that worked. I did get one that was fun and had some success with, but it was by no means a deck that could take you past rank 10, I wouldn't have said. So this isn't going to change that. This will make the deck better. I think you would put this into a Secret Hunter deck. Because it's very easy to activate, and for 5 mana summon 4 3/3 wolves would be pretty good. The issue is it's extremely weak to AoE, and there's so much AoE out there that could deal with this. The new Dustbreaker card, for example, for Priest, it just deals 3 damage to all other minions and they're gone. Warlock has Hellfire, Warrior has their new spell, so it's really not going to be difficult to clear, but you know, it's an extra bit of tempo for a deck that needs it. Hunter doesn't have any card draw though, so it's going to be difficult to have enough cards in your hand maybe to activate this. But I think potentially if you had a good hand, and you could actually activate this on turn 5 and the game could be over if your opponent doesn't have any AoE. Cloaked Huntress can really help you to do that. Also, if you've had this in your hand and you have upgraded it, it works really well with the Tundra Rhino on turn 10. So turn 10 you play your Tundra Rhino, then you can summon 4 3/3 wolves with charge. So I like this card. I don't think it's overpowered, I don't think it's underpowered, I think it's quite good. You might even see this played in a normal Hunter deck that just plays a couple of secrets, but we'll see. Next up is the Rogue Spellstone. This is called the Onyx Spellstone. It costs 5 mana like all the other Spellstones, and it destroys 1 random enemy minion. To upgrade it you have to play 3 Death Rattle cards, and then to upgrade it again you have to play 3 more Death Rattle cards, but it does upgrade its greater Spellstone state to destroy 3 random enemy minions. Honestly, I think this card is trash. I don't think it will see play. Tempo Rogue is pretty much the best rogue at the moment. We might see some Miracle Rogue come in the new expansion, but I don't think there's any reason to play Death Rattle Rogue. If you're playing Death Rattle Rogue, yes, you might want to put this in, but Rogue has already got Vilespine Slayer, and so if you can do a Vilespine Slayer and Shadow Step it, I don't see why you'd want to do this. It also destroys random enemy minions, so although destroying 3 random enemy minions will probably get what you want, there is a chance that it just destroys one of their weaker minions. I used to play a Death Rattle Rogue in Whispers of the Old Gods, where I would play Sylvanas, Cairn, and then bring them back with N'Zoth, but to be honest it wasn't that great back then. Sylvanas isn't even in the standard game at the moment, so I don't think this will see play. Unless they introduce a few Death Rattle cards which are going to make Rogue worth playing as a Death Rattle class, I would just steer clear of this card. Next up we got the Priest Spellstone. This one costs 7 mana this time. It's called the Diamond Spellstone. And what it does is it resurrects 2 different friendly minions, and you have to cast 4 spells to upgrade it. So to upgrade it once, it then resurrects 3 different minions, and upgrade it twice, it resurrects 4 different friendly minions. So you can see the potential in this card. I think it's quite good. The 7 mana is really expensive, but I think there are a few situations where you would want to use this. So Priest already has a Resurrect deck. It's kind of the big Priest, where on turn 4 they play Barnes. Barnes pulls out Yasiraj, and at the end of the turn Yasiraj pulls out Obsidian Statue. when both of those dies, they just play Eternal Servitude just to resurrect one of them, and your opponent starts to cry. So that deck's already really strong. Now, it's quite difficult to play for spells to upgrade this. I think if you're playing Lyra Priest, then yes, you could do that quite easily. But if you're playing the Big Priest, it's quite difficult. But I think in Big Priest, for 7 mana, I think you could play it in its lesser Spellstone state, and actually it'd still be really good. So let's just say you've been through the Barnes combo, and then on turn 7 you play the lesser Diamond Spellstone just in its lesser state. You can resurrect a Yasiraj and an Obsidian Statue or a Lich King. So for 7 mana, getting 2 of those cards, it's still worth it. It's still well costed. So I think it will see play, and it's just another way of getting those minions to be resurrected. I mean, if you haven't drawn your Eternal Servitude, then you're in a bit of trouble. So being able to have another card in your deck, albeit for 7 mana, that helps you to do that, I think it would be quite good. Next up is another Priest card. This is a 3 mana rare card called Twilight's Call, and what it does is it summons 1/1 copies of 2 friendly Death Rattle minions that have died this game. So this is an interesting card, and I hope what it will do is try and take Priest into a new kind of deck archetype that we can try out. Because what it kind of plays into is the quest. I quite enjoyed the Blizzards releasing new cards to this expansion which go back to the quests and help us to play those. And the Priest quest is Awaken the Makers, and what you do is you summon 7 Death Rattle minions, and when you do that you get Amara the Warden of Hope, and this is a 5 mana 8/8 minion with Taunt, and it has a battle cry that basically sets your hero's health to 40. So this is pretty much just Reno Jackson on steroids, because you can play this if your health's below 10, you can play this and you heal all the way up, not only to 30 but to 40. So it's a really strong card. However, it didn't see a lot of play at the time. It wasn't quite strong enough. I'm not sure this card will make it strong enough. It would also work in Big Priest, as we just talked about, because it can resummon those Obsidian Statues, but it might be a bit too much overkill to put it into that deck. Maybe not one that you would want to play there. I like it. I don't think it's an amazing card with the cards that we've got in the set at the moment, but I'm looking forward to trying to make a Death Rattle Priest deck and see if it can work out. Next we have a legendary minion for the Mage class. This is called Dragoncaller Alanna. It costs 9 mana and has a 3/3 body, so very weak. But the battle cry is summon 5/5 dragon for each spell you cast this game that cost 5 or more. So it seems quite overpowered to be able to summon that many 5/5 minions, but I think the card's quite balanced. I don't think it's especially good or especially bad. In certain situations it can be really good, in others it can be really bad, is what I think. Mage won't have trouble summoning that many dragons, because to play spells over 5 mana is not very difficult. Blizzard is a really good one that is used. Flame Strike, Firelands Portal, Kabbalist Tome, for example. All of those spells are quite common in Mage class, and you'll probably see that it will be quite easy to summon these dragons. However, once you do play the dragons, it's quite a slow turn, because you can potentially fill your board, great, but you don't do anything that turn, and it's very easy for your opponent to deal with those 5/5 dragons. Not easy, but there are a lot of ways that they can do that. Priest, for example, has Shadow Reaper Anduin, which will just ruin all of your 5/5s. His battle cry is Destroy Minions, all 5 attack. Also, Priest has Psychic Scream. That will return all of these cards back into your deck. So all of those dragons go back in. Dragoncaller Alanna, if you were to play her again, you get the same battle cry, which is great, but it just shuffles loads of 5/5 dragons into your deck that you're going to be drawing, and you're only going to play 1 5/5, so you're going to have a lot of slow turns. So it's going to be a huge tempo swing for that to happen. Dragonfire Potion, of course, doesn't get it because they're all dragons, so you wouldn't be able to kill it. But Warrior's got a lot of ways to deal with this. Warlock can deal with this. So I think the key to success in this card is that you would have to play it at the right time. If you play it straight after your opponent's played some AoE, then yes, it can be really positive. And if your opponent's already played Anduin, for example, then you can play it and it can be really strong. But Not sure there's too many decks that need this card at the moment. The Dragon Mage isn't really a thing, so hopefully we can see the game move in that direction, because that would be really cool, because I do like dragons. But at the moment this card has potential, but I'm not sure it really is amazing. Let's see how that one progresses. Finally for today, we've got a pretty interesting mage card. This is an epic 5 mana card called Dragon's Fury, and what it does is it reveals a spell from your deck and it deals damage equal to its cost to all minions. So this card is pretty good, it's got some high potential, but I'm not sure it's really one that mage needs. So the randomness is going to be pretty painful, because if you reveal a Frostbolt, for example, it's only going to do 3 damage to all minions for 5 mana. But if you get a Flame Strike, for example, then it's 5 mana to deal 7 damage to all minions on the board, which is pretty insane. Blizzard works really well with it as well. Firelands Portal, all these high cost spells that mage runs, if you get one of them then great, but if you don't, then it's not great at all. The thing about board clears is it's important to know exactly how much damage you're going to be doing, because then you can plan your turns a bit more effectively. And this kind of stops you from being able to do that. You can have a roughly idea by knowing what's left in your deck, but the randomness can be quite painful. And I'm not really sure that Mage needs it, because they don't really have any problems with board clears in normal games. So if you built your deck around it, yes, you could be really positive, but not sure it's really needed. One that will need a lot of testing, I think, but huge potential to go right, a less amount of potential to go wrong, I would say. So overall, leaning towards a good card, I'd say. Okay everyone, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.